So welcome to tonight's presentation. This is an exciting, super exciting time for us as a company because we've really just struck gold with our most recent business model enhancement. And the company is growing super quickly. And, we've spent 5 years to get to this point, just blood, sweat, tears, painstaking innovation, sleepless nights, all the love that you can really muster to do something significant in the world, to change an industry, to change our own lives, to leave this planet better than we found, to create an economic opportunity for people unlike anything else that's out there in the world today. And all of this has really been sort of the central driver for our organization for literally 5 years. And within the last 6 months, we rolled out Powur Energy, a new, completely dedicated focus on how we innovate for solar professionals. And tonight, you might find yourself at this event because you're in the solar industry already and you've been hearing the buzz about our company. You might be a colleague of someone who's working with our company. You might be somebody who just came across us because we're all over the place, and you're interested in what we have to offer. So whatever way you got here, this presentation is for you. Our aim, our goal with tonight's presentation is to really educate everybody on why solar is the future, why this is absolutely one of the most high growth, important, lucrative, purposeful, meaningful industries that you could ever be a part of. If you're that person who's looking for what is my future, what is my career transition, what am I supposed to be doing with my life, what is going to get me to the income levels and the freedom levels and the personal fulfillment levels that I really desire in life, I'm telling you right now, you found it. You found one of the best possible options that exists in the world today. And what's so exciting about the solar industry is that it's still, even though it's a 40-year-old industry at this point, it's still in its absolute infancy. I mean, you look at the percentage of global energy production that comes from solar, and I mean, we're literally just creeping into the first few percent of global energy production that comes from solar energy. America's at like 2%, for God's sakes, 2%. Unbelievable when you look at the data and you look at the charts and you clearly see that the future is going to be predominantly powered by renewable energies, and solar is going to be the number one. It's going to be above everything. Wind, nuclear, tidal, geothermal, it's solar. I mean, this future is clear as day. And yet we find ourselves at this unique juncture in time and space and history right now where really we have the chance to be the early adopters, the pioneers, the people who expand and bring this incredibly important industry to maturity and to really total market adoption. And so I couldn't be more passionate about everything we're doing. And I think after you see our plan tonight and you meet some of the people involved, and I'm honored to have Andy Smith on the line with us tonight, and Edgardo Gonzalez on the line with us tonight, two people that have absolutely used the Powur platform the way it was designed to be used, who have created sensational results in their life and are impacting hundreds of people's lives across this company and helping people experience real freedom and purpose. You're going to get a chance to meet them. So we got a lot in store. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited you're here. And with that, I'm just going to dive right in. So here's what we're going to cover. We're going to cover who are we, as in the people behind Powur. We're going to cover our model. We're going to show you the solutions we've built for the solar industry. And we're going to discuss what it takes to actually join our company. So who are we? Well, you're talking to me. Hey, how are you? My name is Jonathan Budd, for all of you that I don't know. I founded the company in 2014. I'm the CEO and founder. I was an early pioneer in the digital marketing industry. I guess I will shamelessly say that I've always had a knack for sort of spotting trends and seeing the future long before other people. We all have gifts, and I think it's very important if we're going to excel in life. You want to try to figure out what your gifts are as early and as quickly as you can, And then you want to exploit those gifts, right? You really want to make sure you put yourself in a position where you can win based on your gifts. And one of my gifts is that I just see the future. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I do. And so way back in the day in 2006, I got the gut hunch that I needed to start building a business online. And I didn't really know why or how or what it was going to transpire or turn into. But it turns out I was right. And I really created some of the industry's first digital marketing courses, assets, training programs. You could go to YouTube and type in, network marketing or internet marketing, and there was like 10 videos on YouTube. And then I became like the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, and on it went. So that business in my 20s really kind of brought me the wealth that was required to start Powur. I am the largest investor in the company. I've put millions of dollars of my own money in the company. The company is really what I consider to be my life's true purpose and work, is figuring out how to solve customer adoption across solar energy. Knowing that it's critical that we as a human species really figure out how to solve this energy crisis we're in today. Right? We've got to figure out how to produce and store energy differently. And that's an inarguable fact, no matter what way you look at it. Fossil fuels are commodities. Inherently, they're going to run out one day. Okay, that's going to happen. You can debate what timeline that is. It might be 50 years, it could be 100 years, it could be 150 years, but it is inevitable that we will exhaust the remainder of fossilized, carbon on the planet, and that's going to happen. So mankind needs a solution beyond fossil fuels if we are to avoid a complete societal collapse. Imagine society without fossil fuels today. Doesn't happen, right? So, you could look at it from that perspective. You could look at it from the perspective that we are literally destroying the planet every day, that we dump 90 trillion pounds of carbon pollution in the atmosphere that is fundamentally changing the way the ecosystem of our world works. So no matter what way you look at it, right, that humanity needs a new form of energy production for our long term if we're going to survive, or that we need to stop polluting our planet today if we're going to survive. Bottom line is, this is an inevitable industry, and it's inevitable because it's by necessity. So I want to be able to solve, with all of you, of course, one of the biggest challenges in this industry, which is how do we acquire customers? And that's really why and how Powur was founded. So that's what we're all doing here. And, that's kind of a big part of the future that I saw in 2011, 2010, when the original idea for Powur was born. It was actually on a trip to the Amazon with an organization called the Pachamama Alliance. And it was literally in the heart of the Amazon with an indigenous tribe called the Achuar, that really the idea for Powur came. And really I left that trip sort of with this commitment that I was going to exit the digital marketing industry and exit the internet, online industry, and kind of move my whole life towards solar, and really how can I use my skills and what I'm really good at in the world to actually advance sustainable energy and solar energy. And that's kind of my origin story and the Powur origin story. But of course, anything that you really do in life, if it's having a big impact, it is way beyond just one individual. The team that makes up Powur is just an absolutely phenomenal team. It's an absolutely phenomenal group of human beings. I will just tell you that this group of human beings that operates and runs and dedicates, every day of their life to this company are extraordinary people. And some of the most resourceful people you'll ever meet, dedicated, committed, loyal, passionate, really skilled, high intellect, high caliber human beings, from Bobby, who's our VP of sales, to Paul Walker, who's our chief technology officer, Rick Howe, who's our chief product officer, Beth, who handles all of administrations and customer service, Matt Gordon, who's our director of solar operations, Ken, who's the head of accounting across Powur, Rachel McDonald, who's our senior sales manager and trainer, Nick Phillips, the most recent executive to join the company, who's now our chief operating officer, and many more. We could not be who we are and do what we do without this incredible team. And then also, the leaders that some of the leaders of which you guys are going to meet tonight, who are really leading the charge, building the strategies and sales strategies and training strategies that are empowering hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of consultants to really create their dream lifestyle within this company. So this is our quick timeline. We've been through an amazing journey over the last 5 years. We've literally partnered with hundreds of solar companies across the nation, starting with the very biggest at the time, which was Solar City and Tesla. We were there through the Tesla acquisition. I'd say we learned everything you could learn about being a national provider and what not to do by watching Solar City and Tesla. And then we partnered with hundreds of the best local and regional companies across the nation. We learned what makes a local and regional solar installer, so good, because we didn't really partner with the bad ones. We only partnered with literally the top #1 local regional companies across the nation. And ultimately, we spent years sort of coalescing and learning and refining with all of this data. We launched at the time, it was really a sort of a breakthrough crowdfunding campaign. Right when equity crowdfunding was just becoming available, our company had a vision that we didn't want to be owned by venture capitalists and private equity funds. The purpose of this company has always been to empower people, to return power to the people. Literally, we want to return power to the people by decentralizing how you produce energy. Get energy from your own rooftop. Stop depending on a giant monopoly utility to control your power. I mean, my God, imagine if you could grow your own food out of your backyard and you were getting your own energy from your rooftop and you were getting all your water out of your own. I mean, how free would you feel if you were like, I have all my own food, all my own water, and all my own energy? I mean, come on, that feels pretty independent, right? That feels pretty sustainable. That's taking our power back, people. Like, our vision for the future is one in which you don't rely on, these centralized monopolies who control the wealth, who control the power, who control us through manipulating politics, through manipulation and lobbying and policy creation of mainly things that benefit them, which work to consolidate and centralize their power. If you haven't noticed, they don't like to give a whole lot of it up. And that doesn't matter what political party you are, Democrat, Republican. Once you're in power, you pretty much don't want to give it up. So this is a grassroots movement, people, to take our power back. We want to put the power back in your hands by giving you the ability to control energy production from your own rooftop and thereby control the wealth of energy, right? If we shift the wealth of energy, which, if you haven't paid attention, is a $6 trillion industry, the largest per revenue industry on planet Earth is energy. It is $6 trillion a year. If we can empower a new breed of people to create wealth in the energy industry by decentralizing energy production, by giving the power back to the people, how freaking cool is that going to be? That's going to be one of the coolest and most important companies on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're all up to here. And our vision is that you own the company, not VCs, not private equity, maybe Wall Street one day because we want to go public, but mainly you. We want you to own the company, right? So that's why we launched a crowdfunding campaign. We became the fastest company in history to raise $1 million through equity crowdfunding. Currently, we have over 700 shareholders in this company, many of which are our consultants, our members, most of which are our consultants and members. And we have a distinctive strategy to give away more equity ownership of our company to the people who are building and performing within our company, so that we all own a piece of this company as we continue to turn it into an energy behemoth that is revolutionizing the solar and energy industry. By 2017, we had grown to over 5,000 members. By 2018, we had launched solar sales nationwide. And by 2019, we really rolled out the industry's first cost of goods compensation plan. It's the revolutionary model we're going to show you tonight that is allowing our consultants to earn the biggest commissions in the solar industry. And we're literally changing the face of solar sales. So what are our core values? Number one, we find a way. This is how our team operates every day. If these values inspire you, we invite you to really become part of the Powur culture, become part of the Powur ethos, share these values, let who we are as a culture and as a company get into your DNA, because I promise we will empower you. We are an organization that empowers people. We develop people, we empower people, we inspire people. You know, that's who we are. It's part of our DNA. And when you plug into these values and you plug into the ethos and the way this company operates, you will feel this. It will impact you. So number one, we find a way. Number two, we innovate constantly. Number three, we get shit done. I say that unapologetically. That's who we are, people. We get shit done. Number four, we communicate authentically. Number five, we serve our community. We serve our community. That's a very important one to us. Number six, we are devoted to growth. Number seven, we are passionate about making things work extraordinarily well. Number eight, we see the big picture. And number nine, we work together through it all. Now, we have found with those 9 core values, we have literally been able to overcome anything that the world has thrown at us as we have strived and continue to strive to build the most innovative company in solar. Our purpose is to accelerate the adoption of clean energy worldwide. Our big, hairy, audacious goal, our bag, is 2 million homes on solar by 2025 and over $2 billion paid to our partners. And our promises, our brand promises, are economic freedom with purpose, complete trust in who we are as a company, and that we will deliver to you the best technology, which is core to our strategy as a company to continue to grow. So with that behind us, let's talk about our business model. Okay, this is really what defines why the company has been growing so much, and I think why we're more excited than ever that you are here looking at Powur at this time and evaluating the value this company is going to be able to offer to your life, and hopefully help you really make a big transition in your life in some capacity to up level and create those next level goals that you have. So we believe that the individual seller is the most valuable person in solar and that you deserve the greatest benefit. So the old model of solar is that you really sell for a dealer or you work for a company or an EPC or something like that. Okay, so you either sell for a dealer or you work for another company. Either way, inside those models, you have substantially smaller commissions. There's a lot more hands in the cookie jar, if you will. You have sort of little or minimal support if you work for a dealer or you have an EPC relationship. You're kind of completely on your own. Go get it done. And if you work for a company, you'll get more support. They'll give you training and this and that and everything, but you've got the smallest commission by far in the solar industry. There's no passive or residual income in any of those models. There's no equity ownership in any of those models. There's no scalable technology. There's no way that you're really going to scale in any of those models. You're basically trading time for dollars. At best you have a stable sort of job, but that's at best. The new model is you sell for yourself. You have the most lucrative seller commissions in the industry. We provide daily training and support. We provide a passive income, so you're not just eating what you kill every day, but you're truly building a lifestyle with passive income, which is how people actually get any semblance of lifestyle or wealth or freedom. We're giving you equity opportunities, so you've got the chance to have long-term equity wealth creation, which, if you haven't figured it out, is the way most people become millionaires, as well as owning a business. And we give you scalable technology so that you can scale your results and your efforts and leverage yourself and your results and efforts through a passive income, leveraging the Powur platform, which at its core, everything we focus on is designed for operational scalability, giving you the ability to scale. What's that mean? It means you can go from 5 installs a month, maybe within what you build at Powur, to hundreds of installs a month that you're doing or people you've invited to Powur are doing. So you have operational scalability that you can earn from. And you simply just don't have that in any other solar model out there. So how are we accomplishing that? First, I'm going to give you guys some analogies so you can understand the way we're disrupting the solar industry. And then I'm going to dive into the specifics of our business model and how our compensation plan works. So like Uber disrupted the transportation industry, right? How'd they do it? They created a platform. From the palm of your hand, your mobile phone, you can literally hit a button, connect to an Uber driver, tell them where you want to go, and they're going to take you there. They disrupted the traditional taxi industry overnight. It's a better experience. Everybody loves Uber. They have better prices. It's just significantly better than using a taxi. It's just that simple, right? And they did it through a platform-based methodology, a sort of modern-based Uber, Uber, even the definitions are Uber-like sort of methodology. Well, basically, we're doing the same thing at Powur, right? We're from the palm of your hand giving you the ability to plug into a solar fulfillment platform that is live in 22 states that can fulfill you don't even need to think about fulfillment. I mean, that's crazy because solar is not like driving a freaking car from point A to point B. That is the simplest thing on the planet compared to what we do. We have complicated engineering documents, permitting, state and local regulatory requirements, contract processes, proposal generation, proposal services, design services. It's insane what goes in to the Powur platform fulfilling every one of your projects. You guys don't even have to think about that. You enter a lead, you get a proposal back, you sell it, we fulfill it. That's what you have to think about. So that's pretty freaking remarkable that you have a platform from the palm of your hand that right now can fulfill your projects in 22 states, and we've streamlined everything. And you don't need to worry about anything when it really comes to fulfilling your projects unless we ask you to. Hey, we need an extra document signed. Hey, your customer went AWOL. We need you to follow up with them. Stuff like that. But literally end-to-end fulfillment, our platform covers everything the same way Uber covers transportation. Then we really looked at what EXP did to the traditional real estate model. And this is where it started getting super interesting and super cool. Many of you have probably not heard of EXP, but they've become one of the fastest growing real estate brokerages in the world. They did that by disrupting the traditional real estate model as we know it. So traditional real estate is you work for a broker, you split the commission 50-50. Keller Williams came along and had a cooler concept, right? They introduced, revenue sharing, which was inviting brokers to join. You could earn off their sales. They upped the commission to 64-36. And really for decades, that was real estate. Then along came EXP, and they said, you know what? We're going to do something radically different. We're going to be a global virtual brokerage where we're going to innovate. You don't need to come into an office anymore and pay $500 a month for a desk and have all these, you don't need this physical location, all this stuff. We're going to be your transaction platform on the back end for all your real estate deals. But really what we're going to do is we're going to pay you the most money in the industry. Because we've got the leanest cost model, we're 100% virtual, we're going to pay every real estate agent 80-20 on your sales. And not only that, we're going to pay you a percentage of the 20% we keep off all the real estate agents that you invite to join EXP. So we're going to give you residual income off the sales of all the real estate agents that join EXP. And we're going to take the company public, and we're going to give you equity in the company. So when you hit sales goals with EXP, you're going to own our company. We're going to give you stock at a discount from what it's selling at today on the public markets, and you're going to be an owner of our company. Well, fast forward to today, EXP has over 16,000 real estate agents, the fastest growing brokerage in the world. They're almost $1 billion publicly traded company. How do you think the earliest agents feel about the stock they earned in EXP when it was a $20 million company and now it's a $1 billion company? Let me tell you, they feel pretty happy about the fact that they went out and they performed and they kicked ass and they earned stock in their company and they proved that this was a better model than anything else in real estate. And now they're $1 billion company and they own that company. So this was like a huge influence because we see that the solar industry is ripe for this type of consolidation right now. You have so much fragmentation. You have all these EPCs and brokers and solar companies. None of them are doing anything innovative or different than any other solar company. It's freaking mind-boggling, honestly, how little business model innovation is taking place in this industry right now. And that's why we're so excited about this because, why not? Like, if we can pay you more money, give you residual income, give you equity in the company, why wouldn't you join? And then you've got what really finishes it off, which is what the sort of membership-based sort of wholesale model has done to traditional retail. So you think about Amazon Prime. Look at how Amazon Prime and Amazon in general has disrupted traditional retail. They're freaking like 40% of every retail transaction on the internet. I mean, like, traditional retail has fundamentally been changed in the era of Amazon. Traditional grocery has fundamentally been changed in the era of Costco. Costco is a $400 billion a year revenue grocer. I mean, that's insane how much of the industry they consolidated with their model. Do you think Costco or Amazon makes any money off retailing their products? Oh, by the way, which they deliver to you for free in 2 days or whatever it is. No, go study their financials. They're all public. Go look at their S1s. They don't make any money off retailing you goods. The gross margin that Costco and Amazon keep off retail sales at best covers their expenses. And it's designed to cover their expenses. But where Costco makes all of their net profit is on the tens and tens and tens of millions of people who pay them a membership every single year to buy goods at these wholesale prices. Same thing with Amazon. They have a ridiculously high margin membership called Amazon Prime, in which 130 million people are subscribed to pay $120 a year or whatever it is, which is 100% gross margin. That's where these companies are making their money. So they can afford to offer consumers the wholesale retail value of goods and services because they're not trying to make money off those goods and services. And that's where Powur believes that the solar industry has got it wrong. And we think we are going to freaking completely consolidate this industry because this is the model that's already proven itself out in the biggest industries in the world. Why are so many solar companies competing to make their money off an incredibly competitive, low margin construction project, which is solar? Like, it's inherently a commodity, low margin construction project. You don't see a lot of really valuable construction public companies out there, do you? No. So this is where I think the real meat and potatoes of how we're disrupting the industry exists. We're not even trying to make money off selling solar, which I know it sounds crazy for a solar company to say that, but our model is designed just to cover the costs, right? We want to cover the costs of solar because there's a lot of costs and you need to cover the cost. But really, we are passing through the wholesale value of selling a solar project to our consultants and to the consumer, where our consultants who control pricing can either give consumers the best prices that exist in the industry or have a great margin for themselves, whatever they want to do. We're passing through the wholesale value of solar. And just like Costco and just like Amazon, Powur has a membership, and that membership affords us to be in business and really disrupt the industry by giving the best prices and the best service that exists today. And that's really our industry first transparent cost of goods plan. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope you just kind of gleamed our business model and what we're about and kind of how we're thinking about this and how we're able to pay the types of commissions that you're going to hear about in a second. And so how's our compensation plan work? It's really an industry first transparent cost of goods model. Whereas every other company in the solar industry is pretty much hiding the cost of installing a solar project, we provide line by line detail on every single cost to install a solar project. So you know exactly what the actual cost of goods is. And then based on the profit that exists in that project, whatever you sold that project for, that's what we call the net revenue. So whatever you sold that project for, or you and your mentor sold that project for, if you're using a mentor, we're going to take the lion's share of that profit, that net revenue, and we give the seller and their mentor, if they have a mentor, the lion's share. 70% of all of the profit of that project goes to the person who sold it or their mentor. And Powur is keeping 30%. And I want you to remember that number because, you know, we're actually paying out a lot more once you see the residual plan. But 70% goes to the sellers and the seller, and 30% of the net revenue goes to Powur. And we've already seen this theory enter into full effect because we knew when we started this that by disclosing transparently what are the cost of goods so that every single person could see, hey, these are the actual costs. You know, our idea was that we're going to get a lot of people who are interested in joining this company. And as we get a lot of people who are interested in joining this company and our volume increases, that's going to drive down our cost of goods. We're going to see a huge discount on labor, on equipment costs, finance costs across the board. There's an inherent value to an economy of scale. And sure enough, we have seen tremendous decreases in our overall costs just in the last 90 days. I mean, it's staggering, actually. Like our original cost to install the solar project in Texas was like $2.05. And we're now down to like $1.85. Like we have shaved, 20, 30 cents a watt margin, which is huge in the solar industry just in 90 days. And that is only going to continue. So as we drive the cost down, what that means is that you make even more money, or you've got even more competitive pricing for customers. And this has already turned out to be the truth. So let's give you an example of how our compensation plan works. Let's say that the average cost of goods to install a solar project in Texas is $1.95 per watt. Or just to use a whole number, $19,500. Let's say the average system size in Texas is 10 kilowatts or 10,000 watts. And let's say the average price we're selling at, these are all actual real numbers, all of this. So the average sales price is $3.50. The average system size is 10 kW. The average cost of goods is $1.95, actually going down a little bit less. And then let's say you have adders, finance costs, a main service panel upgrade, things that need to be factored into the project, from the sale. So let's say you've got 70 cents a watt of adders. Here's how it breaks down. Basically, the net revenue on this project is going to be $8,500 or about 85 cents per watt. And then we're going to split that $8,500. We're going to give the seller 70%, which is $5,950, which, by the way, is an order of magnitude larger than most of anything people have seen in the industry. And Powur is going to keep 30%, or about 25 cents a watt. So we're going to keep $2,550. So this makes the average seller commission across the company right now. The average commission people are earning is $5,950 when they sell a project. So as I'm sure you can understand, it doesn't take a lot of projects to really equate to some substantial income in this company. And here's what I am so excited about in solar. You know, any of you guys who have, you know, had experience in the real estate industry or been in real estate, I mean, how many homes do you think you could sell a month, right? You don't sell a crazy amount of homes as a real estate agent, but why is real estate so attractive? Why are there 2 million real estate agents in this country? Because there's huge commissions. When you sell a home, you make about $8,000 to $10,000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, the average commission in Powur right now is creeping up on what a real estate agent makes when they sell a home. And you can sell multiple more solar systems than you can sell an actual home. I mean, our average reps are selling 1 to 4, sometimes 6 projects a month in this company, which, you know, is really difficult to do in real estate, not that difficult to do in solar. So, you know, we're really excited about the potential of this comp plan and the amount of money people are making this comp plan as they sell solar systems. And so we're going to talk about training and all that great stuff in a minute. Just as a side note, our revenue, the minimum revenue we can take in as a company is $1,500 when we sell a project. So there is a minimum sold threshold. You can't just go out there and sell projects for nothing. You know, obviously that's not allowed. So the minimum revenue is $1,500 in Powur margin. But we also have a sliding scale. If you want to sell, you know, really cheap systems under the minimum margin, we let you do that. And it sort of just adjusts commission. So we have a way for people to be like, you know, ridiculously competitive and sell the cheapest solar systems in the industry if you want. But of course that adjusts commission. Couple quick examples. This is a real consultant commission in Powur on a normal system, 11.5 kW in Texas. This consultant made $8,587. This consultant sold a system in California at a ridiculously cheap price. They sold at $2.89 a watt, which, as many of you know, in California is way below market. They still had a commission of $3,556. So I show these two examples because, you know, whether you sell at normal margins, you know, you make huge commissions. And if you're in like an extremely competitive situation and you sell under margin, then you still make great commissions. Like that's the Powur model. And that's what makes it so awesome. Let's talk about residual income. So we have a direct revenue sharing program. So out of the 30% that Powur keeps, we pay 6 levels of residual income when people you refer to Powur make sales. So when you refer somebody direct, you actually make 20% of whatever Powur makes. So think about whatever our margin is on a job, you make 20% of it. So not only is Powur giving the lion's share, 70% to the consultant, but out of the 30% that we keep, we're paying 20% direct when you refer somebody to the company and they make a sale. And then there's 5 additional levels that we will pay up to 50% of all of the revenue that Powur makes. We're paying up to 50% in residual income when you refer people to the company, which is really how you can get a true long-term passive residual income. And honestly, we have people earning thousands of dollars a week already. And like this plan is just beginning. You know, we pay this when a project is installed. So if we just rolled this plan out, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, you know, most of all of the projects we've sold have just started to be installed within the last 60 days because there's about a 90-day average timeline to install projects. So it's pretty exciting that people are already making thousands of dollars a week in passive residual income. But what I love about this plan is that it's not really even about passive residual income. It's just there's an inherent motivation to sell because everybody's getting paid so much. So when you invite somebody to join the company, there's a huge motivation for them to go out and learn how to sell. And then you've got this long-term retention factor and you're earning residual income long-term off every sale that they make. And it just becomes like this little, I'm not going to say oil well because I'm not about the fossil fuel industry. It just becomes this little long-term energy, renewable energy asset that's paying forever. You know, once you install this solar system, it just produces energy for the long term. That's what your people that you refer to this company can be and who you help learn the system and learn how to sell, they just long-term, you could be making $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month off all the sales of every person you refer to the company. And that's just one person. What if you refer 5 people, 10 people? What if they start referring people? And so that's our vision. It's this long-term passive income lifestyle as we go out there and we grow the solar energy movement, we grow the power movement, because we want 100,000 consultants on this platform who are shifting our entire world to clean, sustainable energy. And we want you guys all being paid from it. We created a mentor program because bar none, this is the fastest way to learn how to sell and power. We have people who are already making 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, who are selling dozens of projects, who have sold, hundreds of projects. Why not learn from them, right? These guys are going to show you how to succeed. So that's what our mentor program is. When you join the company, if you're brand new to the company, you have a requirement to mentor your first 3 projects with a mentor. If you've got successful solar sales experience, meaning you can prove to us you've been in the industry for over a year, you've sold X amount of projects, we'll give you a waiver, so you only have to mentor 1 project. But either way, there's a lot to learn, right? The system, submitting projects, our proposal, our platform. So the mentor is the fastest way for you to really learn how to be a professional and make money and sell. And the people who make the most money in this company are the ones who go through the mentoring program, and they learn how to do it from mentors. And so the mentor program is very simple. You split the commission 50-50. Your mentor makes 50%, you make 50%. And that's how you learn the ropes, learn the system, and it works, and it's really effective. And you get paid thousands and thousands of dollars per project while you're learning, how to be an amazing professional in this company. And lastly, in our comp plan is our equity ownership. So when you make a sale, we give you 100 stock options in the company on your first install. When you refer somebody to the company, we give you 50 stock options when they make a sale. When you go out there and you really make power your full-time career, we're gonna pay you out substantial stock options. If you do 25 installs a year, you're gonna earn 1,000 stock options in the company. If you do 50 projects with us a year, you're gonna earn 5,000 stock options in the company. Look at what solar stocks are trading at today. It gives you an idea of what those could be worth, as we take this company public. So plus when we do go public, we're gonna have a discounted stock option program where people will be able to trade some, level of their commission for stock options at a discount. So that's the power plan in a quick nutshell. And I want to take a quick break to pull on just, some of the people who are the living examples so you guys can hear from them. Edgardo, you still with me, buddy? Mr. Gonzalez, I can't hear you if you're talking.
Start with Mr. Smith if we can. I think I'm going to bumped off, and I'll find him there back on here in a moment.
Oh, thank you, Charles. Mr. Andy Smith, are you there, buddy? Andy, hey. Oh, there you are. Oh, what is happening, my global traveling friend? The quick introduction to Mr. Smith, everybody. He just got back from the Galapagos Islands, where he was on a 3-month, dream lifestyle. Like, he took his family and he traveled the world, and like he made a commitment that he was going to start, really living the dream, and still doing his power business from the Galapagos Islands. And correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, but you sold 8 projects, 8 from the Galapagos Islands over Zoom while you were having the time of your life. So I think you proved to all of us what's possible, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's ironic.
Andy, you're breaking up.
Earlier than the internet I had in Galapagos, so maybe to be 3. Oh.
All I heard was Internet Galapagos. So it sounds like you came back to California and your internet is is worse than the Galapagos Islands. What I'm hearing. Andy, maybe try calling in. That might actually be better if you just call in on your cell phone real quick.
Joe and Edgardo just got bumped back in, so we can transition when you're ready, sir.
Andy, try calling back in, buddy, and we'll pick up the conversation. All right, third time's a charm. Mr. Gonzalez, can you hear me, partner?
Yes, sir. Here I am. Can you hear me well?
Oh, buddy.
What an honor.
You know, Edgardo, I'd say the honor is ours, man. I got to tell you, you are inspiring so many people right now. The difference that you're making in your community, you know, the dozens of people that have followed your lead, that have mentored under you, that are full-time in this company now, that have made full-time career transitions, that are sending us texts saying, I can't believe how much money I'm making. I mean, like, so much of that, man, is because of your vision and your dedication and really you being the leader that you are. So I just want to acknowledge you for that, you know, in front of everybody, man, and tell you how proud of you we are as an organization and the difference you're making in a lot of people's lives. And, you know, I'm excited to share with everybody on the line tonight, you know, what's the secret sauce and, you know, what story do you want to share with them?
Well, thank you, Jonathan. First, thank you. Great. I want to congratulate. Great presentation. I learn more every day, more and more that I'm here. I'm, hearing how you present this. I had this presentation in Spanish, last Sunday, and yeah, I learned more on how to do this. So everybody should learn every day more, and that's the key of this business and any other business. Yeah, well, actually, I feel, thrilled on how our team is doing, how I am doing. And well, the best thing, the better I feel is when I see many people in my group, in my team, doing phenomenal every day. They're learning, they're doing what they have to do. People like William Contreras, people like Alejandro Perez that just came not too long ago from Mexico again after he needed to leave because, some personal situations. And people are closing deals basically every day. Hard workers that learn, follow on the training, get mentored for at least 5, 6, 7 times. And now that everybody's here, seeing this, I'm seeing the experience that people that got mentored for more than 5 or 6 times are the top earners in this company. Those are the people that are making great because they're experts. Now they're experts on how to sell solar, and they're experts on how to teach people on how to do solar. So, yeah, it's been a great experience. Not only in the big raise we just got, since March, the big raise we had. Yeah, we were making around, $2,000 per deal. I got a great, income last year with Powur, but now we got a big raise, three times that. So that's been great for my family. That's been great for all of us here. What can I say? I have one guy that got in, probably 10 days ago. He signed up. I met him while I was closing a deal. He was door knocking too, making $250 per deal. He was, those internet guys. And now he makes $11,000 in his first week. 4 deals, thrilled, and people like William Contreras that were making $60,000, $70,000 a year last year, and he was not only able to quit his job, but he also was able to fire his wife's boss. So I feel so great that now his wife, is helping him, making appointments for him on his business, and working from home with these beautiful girls. Other people like Julio Rivera in Miami. He's been only in this business for about 2 months, and his first check was $10,000, just only on 40%, the advance that Powur pays you. at the beginning, 10 grand. So he could be more happier. And that's in around, he's making a lot more, probably around 40 grand that he made in his first 2 months. And this keep going and going, people that I know people in my team, they have other nice businesses, security business, and they cannot wait until they can sell their business to just do Powur full time. So proud. So many people are doing Powur full time, and I said to everybody, if you concentrate on do this full time, definitely you don't have to look for anything else. I have other businesses. My wife is taking care of them. I resign. I'm doing this. So if I'm just parking in front of one of my customers' home just to try to close them. Well, not to try. I will close them. But
Yeah.
That's what we do. So basically, if you're new here in this conversation today, here with in this line, just think about there's no other company. I've been in others. I worked for a little while. Before we were having the full program, I worked for a little one of the largest companies, in America. And there's no comparison. There, you're another employee. They look, pressure is big. I mean, it's so hard, so complicated. Here is very smooth, easy. If you keep it simple, that's what we are here. It's simple. That's what we have to do here. Big commissions, a lot of training, a lot of support. We're still growing. People be patient because we're growing. This is a growing company. I mean, growing pains. I know you heard about that before. That's what we have right now. But yes, definitely you're in the right place. I'm so happy that I make a $13,900 commission in one deal.
Yeah, all right.
Those
Tell
are the
us,
type.
Edgardo, we got to hear the story because everybody saw the email about the one that's 14 grand in one deal. How much total time did you spend from the moment you met that person to the moment you sold them to make 14 grand?
Less than 30 hours. I actually was training someone new, and we were door knocking. And again, I mean, people don't like door knocking. Believe me, you don't have to do that the rest of your life. I did it for a while, consistently. But most of the time when somebody's new, I help them. That's the best way, the cheapest way, an effective way to meet people and make money quick. So I was training someone on how to door knock, how to get the pitch and all that kind of stuff. So while he was just, shadowing me, I see this couple going out their house. I talked to them, and they were just kind of rejection. No, somebody gave us a quote 2 years ago. And I said, well, that was 2 years ago. You would like to see what's going on? Why, like 100 of your neighbors have been going solar recently? And basically her husband said, yeah, listen to the guy, So, well, just send me your bill. So that night they sent me the bill, and exactly less than 24 hours later, they were signing their agreements. And definitely, it's great, they were using a lot of electricity. So it was like a 17 kilowatt system. Not that big. I had close and bigger than one, that one. But yeah. But the thing is that I saw, and I put a $4,000 steep roof charge that I thought it was going to be there, and boom. So suddenly I saw a commission, $13,000. But tomorrow I have one of my guys that is going to close a deal that he's making 14 grand. And he's pretty sure that he's going to close it. And now let me tell you, Jonathan mentioned that we are having a new partnership we're lowering our cost. So that commission of 13,900 was with the old partnership. I mean, we're still in partnership with them, but now if it would be closed with our new cost, I would make like probably $16,000.
Yep.
So, yep, that's how it works. So if somebody invite you here, follow that guy, talk to them. There's a lot of money to do, nothing to risk. And this is your own business, but not on your own.
It's beautiful, man. Edgardo, thank you so much for sharing with everybody the words of wisdom from being out there, making it happen, and all the results people are producing. Hey, buddy, let's have a huge closeout to the month. Time to rally the team, make August epic.
They're really enthusiastic. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's fired up.
Thank you, partner.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Mr. Andy Smith. Hopefully,
hello there, good squire.
There you are, buddy. Nothing like a traditional phone call.
Nothing like it. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely ironic that the internet's more sketchy in Southern California than Galapagos, for sure. Maybe I should head back there, I think. Yeah, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for the opportunity to be on the call. I really, really appreciate it. I never take for granted where I am in life, and it's thanks to you and the vision that you had, and my gratitude for you sharing with me about 4 years ago now, just a little, almost exactly 4 years ago now. It changed my life forever for the better, and I'm deeply appreciative of you and everyone at Powur for this opportunity to make impact and certainly to make income. But yes, it's since you first introduced me to Powur, it's been an amazing journey, through building a team. Built a tremendous team across those years, and we had over 600 installations in the last 3 years. And then, chatting with you and other members of my friends in Powur, deciding that we have the vehicle where I could actually go and do something I always kind of dreamed of, which was to share my life experience with my family and take them abroad for 3 months a year. So to live in Southern California for 9 months a year and to live and work abroad for 3 months a year so we can experience as many countries as we can as a family. My son is 12. So this year was the Galapagos and Ecuador. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little boy to go to Galapagos Islands, and we fulfilled it. And as you said, I was deeply grateful for 8 contracts while we were there.
That's so awesome. I don't know, there's a part of me that just feels deeply grateful that, we could play a role in something as cool as that actually happening, bro. I just got to acknowledge you. Like, not many people fulfill on a dream of up and taking their family to the Galapagos Islands for 3 months out of the year. And, I think about Cameron and his experience growing up, and like, imagine who he's going to be as a man, having experienced, a different country every year for a quarter of the year, and the culture he'll have, and, his vantage point and his viewpoint about the world and his perspective. It's amazing, man. And then to be able to, make the kind of money, that allows you to do that from the palm of your hand, or, from a laptop computer. I think you are the living example of what's possible. What would you say the secret sauce is that allowed you to do that, Andy? Really.
Well, it starts with the vision of the platform. It starts with having it in the palm of your hands. The contracts that we got were in North Carolina, Florida, Texas, North and South California. Again, from Galapagos or from Quito on the mainland in Ecuador. So I don't know how else you can do that. And the amount of money that's made on each of the transactions, like you said with Edgardo, how long did it take? Well, to make thousands of dollars per contract that really soup to nuts, if you're condensing your working time, was a few hours. It really is real estate money in a fraction of the time with a fraction of the headaches. It's freaking awesome. So for me, I love the online world. I love, for my own homeowners, I do online networking and offline networking when I'm back in California. But the mentoring program is just a fantastic way to pay it both ways. Had mentoring teammates who brought transactions or homeowners to me, where I can work with them and show them soup to nuts through the process. And we both make thousands of dollars in that process. One of, my mentee might be in California and we're selling a home in Florida and I'm in Ecuador. I'm making thousands of dollars. I don't know how it gets a great deal cooler than that, but You know, that's what's real here. It's what's absolutely possible here. And this, you know, I'm not going to lie, like going to Ecuador and Galapagos for 3 months was a test for me to see if I really could pull it off. You know, it sounded good, but it really, really happened, and it's really doable. And so it allowed me to live life by my design. My particular design might not be someone else's way that they want to do it, but however you want to live, man, you know, however you want to live, if you want to take mini retirements for half a year, you certainly have the ability to do that because of the amount of money that you can make, and the way that you can make that money is fantastic. And,
we're all super proud.
and we just clicked 100 million pounds of CO2. So, you know, sitting in Galapagos when I'm talking to people who really care about the marine turtles and the problems happening with them, and you know, the issues caused by sea level change and temperature rise, and I'm sitting part of a company while I'm down there, and it's paying for me being down there, knowing that we just clicked 100 million pounds of sequestered CO2 as a group is, you know, it makes me pretty emotional, to be honest with you. So to be able to make a difference at the same time as we're making that happen is, you know, it doesn't get any better.
My friend, that is why we exist, because the only thing better than making lots of money is when you make the world better because you made the money. You know, and I think everybody hopefully reaches a point in their life in which, you know, that becomes the only option. Like, what you do has to satisfy you, and it has to be more than just a paycheck. And I think once you reach that point where, you know, you really demand from your life that the work you do every day is going to deeply fulfill you and make a difference and be something you're passionate about, you know, that's the day you really come alive and you stop trading 10 hours of your life every day for an inanimate object. So, Andy, you couldn't be a better example than that, partner. And thank you again for everything. And proud you're here.
Thank you. I'm proud to be here, and I appreciate you.
We appreciate you too. So I'm going to blaze through the rest of this. So we covered some of this, but on training, we have live daily group coaching. Come join our live Zooms, get coached daily. We have a sales success system and onboarding. Takes about 2 hours to complete our certification to onboard onto the platform. We have a mentor program, which covers absolutely everything: lead generation training, sales, shadowing. I mean, every bit of training that you need in this company, we will provide for you so you know and learn exactly how to do this. We have a dynamic, mind-blowing live event culture, which we will be announcing probably not this year, but beginning of next year, the first national convention of 2020. We have scalable technology. Our platform is ridiculous. We will deliver to you real-time dynamic proposals, fastest in the industry, real-time contract packages, installation and financing options, pretty much all of the incredibly painstaking, laborious, complicated stuff that exists in this industry. You do none of, we do all of. And literally, that's what the Powur platform is. And every single thing you need to do this, we deliver to you, and we make it easy as could be. We have a national footprint right now in 20 different markets that you can get proposals and sell in. And let's quickly talk about how you join Powur. So the 70-30 split on net revenue, the equity ownership options, the 6-level residual income. What are your costs? There's a $99 one-time onboarding fee. So this basically covers your learning management system, your LMS certification and setup. And then our monthly membership is $49. And that's all the technology. Covers your proposals, contract packages, you know, all of the software services and everything there is under the sun that's associated with this. And boom, ladies and gentlemen, you are in business. So I know we went a little bit over what my goal was for tonight, but this was an extremely informative, valuable presentation. You all now have the intel, the insights, the data, the knowledge you need to make a decision. So I invite you to come join us. It's an epic company, an epic mission, an epic challenge we're solving in the world. We have an epic new business model that's revolutionizing the industry. You're going to have fun here. You're going to learn a ton here. And if you master your craft and you really invest in your skill sets and you find a great mentor, you're going to make a ton of money here. So let's go blow the solar industry up. There are trillions of dollars getting ready to change hands. Get back to the person who referred you, and I will see you all inside the company. Can't wait to congratulate you on signing your first proposal, your first contract, getting your first install soon, and sending you those huge commission checks you've been hearing about. Thank you, everybody. God bless, and we'll talk to you later.